Okay, now we are officially recording. So
okay.
it's Lou and
All right,
Felicia.
so folks are saying it's just me,
videos.
so I got to figure out my audio.
All right.
Oh,
well,
hi.
Christina, how you doing? So, all right, great. The audio's fine. Awesome. So if you want to make a lot of videos and you don't want to do a lot of work and you don't want to have a lot of technology, I mean, the Blab thing is so easy, or Periscope or Meerkat, but the Blab, Blabster allows you to basically just go on and talk to people and do interviews. And you can have 4 people all together, so you can have a cool little Brady Bunch kind of discussion. Can you hear me now, Felicia?
I can. We're good. I just needed to adjust. Okay. I'm good.
And I'm going to tweet this out. You can tweet it so that people know.
That's what the Tell a Little Bird does. Oh, that was easy.
Yep. And you can give each other props, which are these little hands or like high fives. So let me give Felicia some props.
High-fiving Lou right now. We just did it ourselves. Awesome.
So, yeah.
So it's similar. If you've used Periscope, this is really similar to Periscope. The hands are like the hearts on Periscope, if you're familiar with the two. And if you're not, if you're only a blabber and you're not a scoper, then you would feel comfortable over there. Instead of hands, you'd see hearts. And you do the same exact process. Just tap on the screen. And look, I put Lou over 100 loves.
Oh, thanks.
Claps. Yay.
Oh, it's nice to feel
That's
wanted.
Funny. And all right, so we said we were going to talk about...
Oh, I was just going to say, Christina said she prefers the engagement on Blab versus Periscope. Yeah, because Periscope's really more like, okay, here I am at this concert or whatever, you're shooting with your phone. And Blab is obviously a lot more interactive because you can have 4 people on there. So if anybody wants to pop in. But yeah, Felicia, we said we were going to talk about making a lot of videos. What's your favorite way?
Yes, absolutely. And
do you just kind of...
Hi, Brian King.
Hi, Brian. So you just fire up the... Should I let Tracy in? Sure, why not? I know when you make your videos, Felicia, you typically kind of just do the quick fire up the iPhone and shoot, right?
So that's how I make, when I make videos. So Lou and I did,
Tracy.
A few months back, we did our own, hi Tracy, we did our own 30-day storytelling on video challenge. And there's a little story behind that. We'll tell that in a little bit after Tracy says hi. But pretty much for mine, when I did mine about, every day for 30 days, I turned on my iPhone and I just talked. And that's how I did mine. And for me, that was the far easiest way to do it. Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Felicia?
Fantastic. I'm going to yay you for being here.
So what do you think about this Blab thing, Tracy? Have you been using it before?
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I think, let's have Brian pop in here too, because we have one more spot. But I think it's the immediacy and the fact that you can do it so quickly. I mean, it really doesn't take a lot of technology, obviously, to pop in here.
Well, it's really easy. And what I found so far is that it's because we're seeing each other face to face and we're having a real time conversation. Hi, Brian. I think that we're making, I've made so many friends already that are in the same kind of business in internet marketing in various ways that otherwise I don't meet them. I work at an agency in Chicago, and on Fridays I work at home. Today I happen to be at home because I gave blood today. So I'm working at home today. But I think that's what it's been so far is that when I listened last Friday, I was like, it was in heaven because there was so many professionals that are doing, social media marketing and internet marketing and just talking about all kinds of different things that it was so nice to just, and I have a lot of ideas to use the medium for. And it's kind of fun to work them out with people. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes it just breaks down into a conversation. Last night we were going to do something and we just ended up talking, about various stuff and getting to know each other. So, and my co-host bailed on me at the last minute last night. And so there was someone else I'd met last week or in the last 3 days. And I sent him a message and he jumped on and he co-hosted with me. And, so it's really a community so far that is bringing everybody much closer together than if you go to a conference, you sit and talk to someone, and then you leave and go home, and you still keep in touch. But I love the face-to-face and the quick time, the recording afterwards. It's so easy. It's there when you're done. It's there. You can download it to YouTube. You can just do all kinds of fun stuff with it this weekend. I'll just say this last thing, and then I'm going to pop out because I've actually got work to do. But I was just thinking that this weekend, my daughter and I, we're going to do a set of Blab, and we're going to go to this place in Indiana. Felicia, I know you're from my area. I don't know if anybody else is, but It's the Shrine of Christ or something in St. John, Indiana. And there's just a walkway, the Christ Passion, and it's just kind of a nice place to go. And we've been talking about going and seeing different places, like going and seeing an ashram, going and seeing the Baha'i church up on Route 59, just different stuff. And so I was like, you know what, if we set a Blab and we just go there with our little camera, my iPhone works great, and we can record it and, stop it when we're like doing stuff that doesn't need to be recorded. You can just pause and play. And so it's, so I'm looking forward to that, to see how that works out.
Awesome.
Oh, that's cool. So you'll be able to, so Blab is also there's an app?
Yeah, there's an iOS,
okay.
Apple app and Android. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Android. Okay, cool.
So you can,
Good to know. Yeah, because I know Periscope works best with the app, but I didn't know that Blog you could do both desktop and app as well and as easily. That's cool.
Yeah, you know what?
Yay for you.
Yeah, on Sunday, I was sitting in the car waiting for something for like 15 minutes, and I was like, all right, I'm going to download the app, and I got on there. And some guys were talking about world peace on Sunday morning. Someone was from England, and this other guy was from here. And so I just jumped in and talked to him for like 10 minutes about what I thought about world peace, and can we do it, and why, how is it different now? And it was just really fun. It's just really open. But right now, it's all people like us who are familiar with computers and willing to jump in there and try something new. But I don't think it'll take long for the rest of people. The kids might jump in here, but I don't think it'll take long for everybody else to figure out that it's an easy community to get into.
Thanks.
Cool.
Tracy.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for being our guest.
Felicia, you know what? I still need to do your course. I paid for your course, your speech, your writing speech course, like a year ago.
Come on in, signature speech.
I know,
Let's do it.
I know I'm going to, but
get you going, girl.
I got working full time, and I was like working more than full time. So I'm like, now I'm going to okay, I'm going to do some more for myself now. So I'll see you guys later. I'm going to stay and listen for a while. Have fun.
Thanks, Tracy. Bye-bye. Brian, you want to say hello?
Awesome.
Are you here?
Bye. Hey, Brian.
Hey there, Felicia.
Welcome.
Long time no speak.
I know. How you doing?
Well, I've got bronchitis today, but I'm getting my meds soon, so I should be all right. But in general,
that's good. Well, see, you could be on Blab.
Oh,
yeah, and you're not contagious on Blab.
Oh, well, not yet, but I'm sure it's coming, along with smell-o-vision. I become addicted to Blab very quickly. I started a new podcast, quickly shifted it over to Blab, and with 3 episodes, I made new and noteworthy on iTunes.
Wow.
Because
cool.
The engagement here is just incredible. And the thing that I've noticed most of all is I think Blab is the next level of the death of the gatekeeper. When you look at CNN, you've got the host, you've got all the talking heads who know this person's brother's cousin's favorite, best friend, and that's how they got online. Blab is now the CNN for the everyman. You can discuss the same topics with all the different people that are out there. The first Blab that I watched was 4 people discussing the latest Apple product launch live. They had somebody there periscoping the presentation on stage while the 3 people talked about, this is what I think of this, and this is why this is cool. Where else can you do that? With that kind of collaboration. And it's the genius of the masses. Yeah. You don't have to be that person that's been elevated to some stature for whatever reason. And there's so much untapped wisdom out there. And Blab is this beautiful platform for bringing it all together and showing what you've got. And most beautifully, it allows for the creation of synergy.
That's good.
Because when you get together, everybody sounds so much smarter. Because they're bouncing off one another and putting their heads together. And what comes out of it is just so much more powerful than if it was just one person talking the whole time.
Yeah. The other thing I think that's great about Blab, and Nancy mentioned earlier, the low barrier to entry, is you don't really have to do a lot of prep. You don't have to make sure that, the lighting's just right. I think there's just an expectation for Blab that it's about the content. It's not about the quality or about the lighting and the background and the production.
Amen to that. When I love the authorities on social media showing up wearing their T-shirt of the day, doesn't matter if it's wrinkled, they're in a hotel room, they're in their car, it doesn't matter, because once they start spouting their wisdom, I'm so glued into the content, I forget where they are. And frankly, I don't care. Too much pressure is being put on having that Hollywood appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, Lou, the lighting, the white backdrop, the perfect camera, high def. You got to have that big mic in front of you that looks like, you've got your girlfriend over or something in your lap. And it's exactly, Felicia. And I can understand in some cases where that might be beneficial, but to think that you must have that before you can add value is just a big myth. Mm-hmm. Just show up and start talking. Start building your
Christina
audience.
just typed, value trumps everything else. Absolutely, it does.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
If you've got something of value, and if you know you do better in dialogue, don't try and do it by yourself. Mm-hmm. Do what's going to bring out the best in you. Find somebody else to just bounce questions off of or be your devil's advocate to really spice things up. It's just such a wonderful medium. I'm so grateful to see you over here, Felicia. You're going to have such a blast with this.
We're not going to be able to stop Felicia once she gets started with this.
I got a kickoff day here. I'm with Lou this morning, and we got a webinar in the middle, and I'm with Brian G. Johnson this afternoon. So I'll be an old pro by the time I have dinner tonight.
I think I'm probably doing 4 Blabs this week.
Wow.
And 1 this afternoon. I'm interviewing somebody for my podcast. At 11, I'm going to be talking to somebody for theirs. It's fun. It's like Candyland.
Cool.
Blab immersion.
Amen.
Thanks for visiting. I'm going to yay for Brian for give props.
My pleasure.
Thanks for coming, and thanks for your ideas and your thoughts on it. Very nice.
Awesome. So anybody else feel free to join. We have an open seat. Brian, you're welcome to hang around. You can pop in, pop out, ask a question. Charlene.
Autism as a whole can jump in. Sure.
Charlene is coming on here.
Okay, so Vegan Travel says he or she wants to learn about travel videos.
Okay,
so we'll answer that after we hear from Charlene. Hi, Charlene.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I came on because I like Blab too. For honest, it's a good way of getting stuff out there. And since you brought that up, do you mind if I take a minute to put something out there?
Sure, go ahead.
It is Mitochondrial Disease Awareness Week. I don't know if anybody here knows what that is, but it's a progressive disease that attacks the mitochondria cells and they die and they don't have the energy to function the body, and that's just the brief end of it. It's like running a car, 4-cylinder car on 3 cylinders, it doesn't work. So my son is 9 and he has mitochondrial disease, and this week is Mitochondrial Disease Awareness. So what I'm asking is that if the Blab community could wear green on Thursday and light a candle in light of the children and the adults that have already lost their battle, and wear green in honor of the children, including my son, who are battling them, that would be greatly appreciated.
Sure. We're green on Thursday. We got it.
And see,
thank you for
thanks for sharing, because that's the power of this. I mean, you can get out to a bunch of people immediately without any kind of prep or PSAs or any kind of other stuff.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for popping in, and we will definitely do that on Thursday. Felicia, you're going to have to remind me.
I will. I'm going to still listen, I'm going to come off camera.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Charlene.
Bye.
Thanks, Charlene.
So anyone else that wants to pop in, feel free. We're talking basically about making videos and making a lot of videos in a short amount of time. And I used to be a proponent of Hangouts, like do a quick little Hangout to do video tips and things like that. But honestly, I'm thinking the Blab thing is even quicker and faster for doing a lot of videos in a short amount of time.
I think we'll have to play with this, Lou, because this is our first time here in Blab land. So welcome, Blabbers. Or thank you for your warm welcome from the Blab community. But so Lou and I have done a lot of Google Hangout kinds of things. And of course, the biggest benefit to that is Google owns YouTube, so it automatically uploads to YouTube when you're done. Does Blab do that? If somebody knows the answer to that or can talk to that, go ahead and put that in the box, or you could join us. But I want to know, so will Blab automatically upload to YouTube, or is there a really easy way? Is there a plugin? People who know about it, maybe they know. Do you know the answer to that, Lou?
No, I mean, obviously you can record it, and once it's recorded, you can download it and then re-upload it to YouTube. I'll play with it a little bit, but I don't think you can go exactly right to YouTube. Hi, Marianne. And let's see.
We had a question from Donna. Donna
Okay.
wanted to know about travel videos. And I actually have made travel videos. And actually, Lou and I have a really good friend. His name is Bob the Teacher. And Bob used to have, he used to make videos, and he would just use his iPhone, called Monumental Moments, I think is what he called them. And because he used to travel a ton before he got married. And he got married a little bit. He got married, he was 40. So so he traveled a lot. He had a lot of chance to travel. And so he would go and he'd stand in front of monuments, in front of the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Monument, and the, in front of large other landforms and cool places, and in front of oceans. And he would share a tip, and he's a business coach. So he would share a business tip related to that type of place. So one time he was on the mall, the Reflection, with the Washington Monument behind him, and he talked about being in the Reflection area, and he talked about, have you scheduled time in your business to reflect? So he made like here I am in this cool place, and I'm going to relate it to what I do and my audience. So depending on what you do, based on your business, you want to give a tip related to that place wherever you happen to be. And the cool thing about smartphones is, if you leave your house without your smartphone, don't you go back and get it? Of course you do, right? We always have them with us. So the cool thing about always having them with us, guess what? That means we can fire up whatever you want to fire up. You could just fire up your own video camera on your phone and keep it on your camera roll. You could do a Periscope. You could do a Blab. You could do whatever, right? That's the cool thing about the technology is you could pick whatever your favorite is, deliver your tip, and then turn it off and you're done. Later you can upload it to different places and have it shared, and you could put it on your blog and clean it up and have somebody edit it or edit it yourself. But that's just an idea, right? Wherever you happen to go, just bring your phone, and what comes to mind that you think would be of use, of value to the people who follow you for the tips that they follow you for. So
yeah, and the nice thing about this is, you can do it obviously from anywhere. Have phone will blab. So whether you're out and about, or preferably not driving unless the passenger's doing something with you, but pretty much anywhere. And we're just in our office at the moment and fire up the Blab and start to bang out videos. So I guess you could also do like a tip series here, or like an interview series where if you were asking questions of your guests, they could pop on and pop back off. And I'm seeing in the chat that, yes, you can send it to YouTube after it renders. You click a button and it uploads to your YouTube channel, which makes it even easier and an even more efficient way to do a lot of videos in a short amount of time. Because the way to, I think, establish a presence with video is kind of like a shotgun approach. You should do a lot of short videos and then get them all posted as quickly as possible, and just sort of do a shotgun approach to it rather than, I'm going to do one video a week. It's good, but it's not going to give you that immediate presence. What do you think, Felicia?
Yeah. Oh, so Lou, Marion actually answered my question. She said, as soon as your Blab is over, it renders, and then you click a button and it uploads to your YouTube channel. So it is pretty close to automatic. Obviously you have to click a button, but that's one button that's easy, right? So that's good to know. That makes me happy. So yeah, Lou, I agree. So what we learned in doing our 30-day storytelling on video challenge ourselves is that we got a ton of momentum going from every single day. Now, Lou, obviously, is a video guy. I'm poking you.
No, it's that. It's this. You have to use the opposite finger.
Yeah, I'm over here. He's a video guy, but I don't think you ever made like a video a day, like purposely posted a video a day every single day.
No.
And what we learned was, and I certainly never did. I mean, I teach speaking on video and the whole thing, but I never did it every single day. And there's a couple of things that come along with that. Number one, consistency. Number two, people start to expect to hear from you. So. And I would get messages if it was late in the day. I would get private messages in my Facebook, or even like on my wall, and people would say, "Hey, I haven't seen your video today. Where is it? Is it somewhere else today? Is it on YouTube or is it on your blog?" I was like, "No, I didn't take one yet. Like, give me a second." And I would turn it on and I'd say something, and that would be that. So it's interesting because people who get used to hearing from you want to continue to hear your message. So it's easier than ever now to just fire up the smartphone, fire up your webcam, and deliver that message wherever your audience, wherever your market's hanging out. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So we have a few more minutes, I think, before Felicia and I have to go on a webinar. But feel free to ask questions or pop in if you want. We have an open seat here because you can have up to 4 people in at a time. Mm-hmm. Hey, 150 props. Oh, Felicia, you surpassed me on props. So
I talked a lot.
Christina says a Blab tip for non-presenters who want to grow their Twitter visibility. Click the tell a little bird, which is on my screen, it's on the left, upper left, as soon as you join someone's Blab and your Twitter username gets tagged. So this is pretty cool. You've got the tell a little bird on the left. You've got the chat on the right, so you can kind of keep track of that. So there's a little bit of, a little bit of stuff to keep track of. But if you have a co-host or other people on, you don't have to really carry the whole weight of the Blabcast yourself. So, but I think there's going to be all these new terms and new things coming up, like, blab jacking. Like, hey, wait, that's my blab about video, and you came on here and did your, pitch for super diet, whatever, So it's interesting, but you can control who joins and who doesn't join.
David A. Bell says you both have the same number of props. Earlier it was 150, now we're at 201. I think somebody's being kind to us and making sure we're even. That's awesome.
Yeah, because Felicia usually gets some more videos.
All right, so I'm checking our...
Get depressed. So other ways, Felicia, to make a lot of videos in a short amount of time? iPhone, you think? Just
all right, so Lou.
Yeah.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Oh, boy.
If you had to share your number one tip, number one tip, this is, and it might take you a second to think about it, for making, like you promised in the title, a shit ton of videos. Y'all know I don't curse all that much out loud in front of people. Sometimes in my head I do, and when my website went down, maybe I did say a word or two.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you had to give one tip for that, what would it be?
It's to find a platform that you're comfortable with, whether it's Google Hangouts or just shooting with your iPhone or Blab, and just be consistent and relentless about it and just do a bunch at once. With me, when Google Hangouts was out, I was recording Google Hangouts and without an audience, just as a recording method, and I got, 25 tips done in an afternoon.
Oh, so you did one after the other. Start, say your thing, stop. Start, say your thing, stop, right there in one sitting.
Yeah, and I suppose you could do the same with Blab. Obviously, you can record it and upload it when you're done. So that's the nice thing about it. Is it Periscope that only lasts 24 hours? Is that the one that self-destructs?
It lasts on Periscope for 24 hours, but if you go to catch.me and you sign up for a free account there, Catch will catch your video and it'll keep it there, and you can also like on Periscope, when you're using the app, you can save the video to your phone, your camera roll. So there's 2 different ways that you can save that. So I have both catch.me set up, and I have it defaulted to save to my phone. I just have to remember to get them off my phone so I don't run out of storage.
Yeah, and I like that.
All right, so I have my, go ahead.
Oh, no, I want to ask you the same question about if you wanted to produce a lot of videos in a short amount of time, what is your tip for that?
Yes. Okay, so my tip would be, when you're not recording videos and you're not with pressure on yourself, like, oh, I got to record a video, what am I going to say, right? You've done that before. Raise your hand if you've done, give me a hand clap if you've done that before. I have. Can I clap myself? I don't know, right? I got to write an article today. Oh, what am I going to write? I got to write a blog post, right? So here's what you do. Keep a little notebook or your phone. I keep a note open, and wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, if I get an idea, I write it down. And sometimes I find that I'm feeling inspired, and I'm getting like idea after idea, and they pop and they pop and they pop and they pop. Well, I write down every single one of those ideas. You keep that master list, that moment when you're like, okay, I'm going to make a bunch of videos. I know the first one I want to make. Then open up that file and you're good to go. And then you can follow Lou's tip and make them all real quickly at the same time, because you've got that list that you've already put together that you didn't compile under stress or under pressure, where you're like, oh gosh, I got to come up with 10 ideas right this second. If you just come up with one idea while you're driving in the car and you see a sign or you're in a different place, like, ooh, that's really interesting. Hopefully somebody else is driving, and then you can write your note. Otherwise, keep it in your head till you get to a place where you're parked. We're never going to advocate texting and driving, but keep that record for yourself, so that in the moment when you want to make your video, you're good to go. You've got your list of ideas, and just fire it up and talk.
Yep. And so we'll probably wrap up in a couple minutes. But before we do, if anybody has any other questions about video, making videos, or any of that kind of stuff, Felicia and I are doing a webinar with Mike Stewart, our colleague, at noon Eastern today, about storytelling on video. So I guess I could put the link in there if I could find it. But and we're doing our 30-day video challenge again, obviously, which is kind of how this whole thing came about. Where if you want to make a bunch of videos in a short amount of time, that's a good way to do it. But let's see if there are any other questions before we kind of wrap it up.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah. You can't give yourself props. Okay. But I can give Felicia props. So.
Christina says link to the challenge. It's 30-dayvideochallenge.com.
Let me see if I can do it.
30-day. You're going to write that down?
Okay. Yeah. 30-day video challenge.com.
Yeah, so that's the easiest way to get a whole lot done, and be sure you did, is there's the link in the chat if you want to click over and see what it's about. But content's already there. You haven't missed anything, because our first live Q&A session, which will be this Thursday.
Right.
So I was in my head I was thinking, like, how are we going to do that? Are we going to do a live stream thing? Because you can't Blab is like a public thing, right? So, and this is only for members. So we've got another system that we use for just the members. And so it's a members only Q&A of the folks who are in the 30-day storytelling on video challenge, and you get content from both Lou and I. I'll teach you how to tell a story. Lou will teach you how to do video marketing. And then you get the live Q&A where you get to come and ask questions. And then we've got a private Facebook group where people have been uploading their videos like crazy already, which is super cool. And we started in the middle of the month because we wanted to prove that you don't need to wait any time at all to have day one. You don't have to wait, well, I got to wait till October because, it's a whole month.
Yep.
You can do September 21st to October 20th or 21st, whatever you want.
Christina fixed the link for me. Thank you.
That's a little bit about the program. You can go to the site and check it out. We're not here to sell.
No, we just
Christina, you're awesome.
want to tell how to do a lot of videos in a short amount of time, because they're going to get you a lot of visibility. That's the cool thing about it. Like, especially on Facebook, I get a lot of interaction on Facebook. And the funny thing about this Blab is, one of the reasons, Felicia, honestly, that I wanted to kind of get in here and start doing this was so I could basically say, sorry kids, I'm doing Blab, you guys, because what they did, they said, you can't be on Snapchat, Dad, because you're going to embarrass us. So you can have Facebook and we'll keep Snapchat. So in order to get on Blab, I have to basically say to the kids, like, sorry guys, I got there first, so on Blab you can have Periscope or Snapchat, but so the kids won't let me be on the same platforms as them. So
that's awesome. That's a great. You crack me up. So, all right. Well, Lou and I got to run. We're going to go do a webinar. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and maybe we'll see you inside the 30-day video challenge. If you want to join us, that'd be fantastic. If not, we'll be doing Blabs here and there. But greatest way to get a lot of videos done is to sign up for something and say, I got skin in the game. I said I was going to do a video a day for 30 days. Let's get her done.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys again.
Right.
Thanks so much for being here, and we will catch you next time. Bye for now.
Yeah. Bye.
Except I don't know how to shut everything off. So
okay.
I'll pause the recording.